Welcome back to the Unikaksha. So in today's session, we'll simply try to check that what's the roadmap of machine learning projects. So you all are aware and we all are keeping you posted related to the machine learning, data science, and all the buzzwords nowadays which are used in our technical industry. And I know you might be fascinated to know that what's the roadmap for learning machine learning projects, or what are the exact steps that we use or that we implement for generating the machine learning project. So this tutorial is for you in order to understand how a particular machine learning project is being developed. So there are a lot of videos of Unikaksha that you can visit for understanding the core concepts of the machine learning. But I just explain what the machine learning is very in very simple terms to you. So frankly speaking, what do we mean by learning? So how do the human learns? So basically when we are learning, we try to practice some simple concept on multiple types of data, on multiple types of exercises, on multiple types of examples, and it is by how we learn. For example, if you are learning a certain language, how you start learning that language? So first you try to understand the words, then you try to combine those words to form sentence, and then how you can create your own sentences, and this is basically how we understand or we learn. Likewise, when you want machine to learn something, that time you have to externally train your machine, because at the end of the day it is not having its own brain, so you have to train it. So how do we train this? So for training this machine we need two components. One is data, and the another one is nothing but algorithm. The amount of data decides that how will be the goodness of your training algorithm. If you're having huge amount of data, the training will be even more accurate. If you're having less data, then the training might not be done correctly. And along with the data, it is also important to choose wisely the correct algorithm that can fit for the given data. So if you're having a good amount of data, but unfortunately you select wrong model to train on that data, eventually you will get the wrong results. So machine learning focuses on development of the programs that can access the data, and that can be used for future predictions or for generating some rules, regulation, policies in the future. So I just hope this is clear that in machine learning there are two pillars. One is nothing but data and the another one is algorithm. Next is why machine learning is so much famous. And the another thing is machine learning only related to the field of IT or computers? So machine learning is famous because it can be used in any field. It does not have any age bar as such. So if you want to learn machine learning, you can start learning it at any point of time, and you can use it in any domain. So if your expertise lies in, suppose, say, pharmaceutical domain, or if it is like in some BFSI, or if it is lying in some insurance domain, or if it is lying in some technical educational domain, then too you can implement machine learning in your own fields. So it doesn't need you to come from a specific background, then only you can implement machine learning in that. Frankly, any field that generates the data, any field that requires that the generated data should be studied, we can use machine learning in all those fields. So the average salary of machine learning engineers in India currently is 9.5 lakh per annum. It's just the average. And if you just check the reports by the Indeed, you'll find out the most fascinating jobs which are having challenges as well as the good salary are currently in either machine learning or in data science or artificial intelligence or anything which is related to the data driven technology. And if you simply check the job landscape over the near few years, so by 2025, you'll find out almost millions of the jobs, billions of the jobs will be created on the profiles of machine learning, data science, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and so on. So it's a kind of field that is emerging and that will emerge a lot in upcoming years. So if you want to be, a participant in inside the machine learning development kind of projects, so this is basically a kind of, overview, or this is basically a kind of roadmap that you have to follow. So the first thing is you have to develop a kind of project designing where you have to decide that what's going to be your final outcome. In order to reach to that final outcome, what type of data, what the dimensions of the data you need, how much amount of data do you need, from where you're going to gather that data, how you're going to extract the required information from that data. Because unless and until if you're not clear that what's the exact information that you need in order to generate or in order to implement the algorithm, it's in vain. So the first and very important thing is to understand the business problem. What is the company facing as a challenge? What data which is inside the company that can help you to overcome that challenge? That's the first step. The another thing is whenever we take data, data can have inconsistencies, data can have incompleteness. Sometimes data can mislead you as well. That's why it is very important to first validate the data. It's very important to first understand the data, remove any inconsistencies if present inside the data. Try to normalize your data if possible. So after doing all these things, your data becomes a good data which can be used for processing any algorithms on it. So the next very important thing comes is nothing but data preparation, where you perform all this feature engineering, data cleaning, data wrangling, data labeling. So if the data is unlabeled, then you have to identify the correct label for that data. After doing all those things, then you will go for understanding that which algorithm will be best fit for the given data. Now, frankly speaking, when you actually implement the algorithm on the data, just by looking at the data, it's not that simple to identify that which is going to be the best algorithm. So it's a process of R&D where you try multiple algorithms and you find out the best among that. Whichever is the best algorithm among the given algorithm that is selected in order to get implemented on the given data. Once the model is implemented, you might think that this is where the task ends, but frankly, here the task begins. Because once you implement the data, you get the results, and now the difficult task is to interpret the result. That why the values are changing, why the values are changing in a particular way. What is its relation in your data? Then is that value is giving you any insightful information? How you're going to use that insightful information in your project? How you're going to create something best out of that information that is available to you? This is basically what you have to study. This is basically what you have to understand whenever you say that you want to be the ML engineer or you want to be the data scientist. So basically, next time, if someone asks you that, do you want to be a, to get a grab a role of a data scientist or a role of an ML, analyst or machine learning engineer. So these are basically some of the tasks that you have to perform in any project that is related to the machine learning. Thank you for listening to this session very carefully. See you soon with some of the next such type of, some interesting concepts in upcoming sessions. Thank you.